Hey, that's a horse of a different color right there, man. That's alright. What it was. You turned in with priceless knowledge yourself, and I figured I'd bring y'all a little cosmic insight for the day. And after hitting that, I'm gonna tell y'all that today's episode, it is sponsored by Sex Grenade. That's some fire right there, man. Anyway, all bullshit to the side. It's December 16th, 2020, and we got a whole bunch of shit going on cosmically, y'all. And this whole ordeal, it started for me last night. I was riding and, handling some business, and I got in my feelings. And for y'all that know me at all, that ain't anything out of the ordinary. I got a Cancer sun, I got a Pisces moon, I got Libra rising, but I also have Pluto in the first house, and my first house is split right down the middle, between Libra and Scorpio. So I have what they call a grand water trine in my big three. And it's a motherfucker. And I get in my feelings easily. I'm one of them motherfuckers. But at the same time, I usually don't take shit personally, get angry or upset very easily at all. Watching Harry Potter, I might cry when Dobby died. Like, that shit fucked me up. But as far as learning how to deal with people on a personal level, I've had a lot of experiences in my life where I learned not to take things so personally. But everything that was happening and being said to me last night, it was getting me in my feelings, pissing me off, making me sad. I'm taking it personal. Just a whole bunch of that extra shit that really ain't necessary. And it was unwarranted, to be honest. And so, me being who I am, I'm like, man, what the fuck we got going on cosmically? And so I came home and went to bed, real early. I ended up getting up later on and doing some housework and shit. But other than that, I was just in a different mode emotionally. And so this morning, I got up and I started getting ready to bring y'all this priceless knowledge today and bring y'all these natal placements with this Venus series that we're going to work on today. And I got to thinking about how I was feeling last night. I was like, man, let me go ahead and make a chart for right now and see what's going on. And as soon as I did, I started seeing the aspects and what the fuck we got going on. I was like, oh, shit. So I was like, man, I got to go ahead and put my people up on game too, because it might be a lot of people that had that same type of shit going on. And I was having very vivid dreams and everything last night. So maybe that can attribute to what we got going on cosmically. And so with that being said, I'm going to bring y'all a little bit about what we got going on, maybe to give you a little insight to what you may have going on in your own personal life. And so, first of all, we got Venus in Sagittarius now at about 1 degree. And Venus is love, money, and beauty. And with this transit, people are going to be feeling a lot more adventurous in love. This kind of playful and buoyant spirit gets let loose on the world. And a lot of us might even be feeling this urge to explore new horizons with our partner. Or it might even be significantly possible for some of us to fall in love with like a foreign culture or a different philosophy at this time. It's also worth saying that the freedom to learn and express our thoughts and opinions and personal truths, when Venus is in Sagittarius, that's going to be a lot more valuable than anything monetarily. I can say that. And folks might also enjoy gambling a little bit because Jupiter's influence is going to make you feel lucky. And so for those of us that struggle with that, hey man, let's not put ourselves or our family in any compromising situations behind our own indulgences and addictions and bullshit. Because the house always wins. You understand that? That's whether you're dealing in a casino. That's whether you're dealing with the books. That's whether you're dealing with these laws. That's whether you're dealing with the universe or even God himself. The house always wins. And so we also have this Venus in Sagittarius forming a nice little sextile with Jupiter at 1.8 degrees. And Venus is love, money, and beauty. Jupiter is like good luck and expansion. And when we have this aspect going on, it can really represent a pretty lucky day. And opportunities for love, harmony, and even increasing our financial well-being is all out there today, man. It's out there. Cause with the sense of beauty that we have getting hit with a double dose of Jupiter's optimism, it's gonna be difficult for a lot of folks to feel anything other than joy and love today. So, what else there is there to do but hold on to that shit and utilize it? But at the same time, hold up, it does have limits. Cause we got Venus forming an even stronger sextile at 1.3 degrees with Saturn. And Venus being love, money, and beauty, and Saturn being discipline, restriction, and structure. And what happens here is a lot of us might want to be getting ready to receive some kind of reality check when it comes to the limitations in our relationships, in the love nature, or even in our money issues. While, at the same time going on too, you might get to feeling too good with this Jupiter and Venus influence. And here comes Saturn, ready to check that shit. And let's be on point, because on a positive note, if you decide to really commit to anything right now, it's going to have both good fortune with Jupiter's influence and staying power with Saturn's influence. It's just all about how you utilize it. So that's what we got going on with Venus. And so on top of that, we got the moon sextile to Neptune. We got a whole bunch of sexting going on, huh? And that's at 3.2 degrees. And the moon is instinctive awareness and emotional nature. Neptune is sympathy and faith and idealism. So with this sextile, there's going to come a cooperation between our emotions and our sense of idealism. People are more tuned in to both the cosmic awareness and the awareness of those around them. Intuition and sensitivity are going to be on 10 right now. And so the potential to show and feel compassion for the next man suffering is also going to be out there too, with all this beautiful energy that we got going on in the other ways. As well as, you might feel this deep stirring of your imagination and fantasy life that you could use that creatively. Like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful energy. But there are other aspects to it that is going to bring limitations with Saturn there. We also have the moon right now, which is in Capricorn, conjunct Pluto in Capricorn at about 2.2 degrees. And the moon is instinctive awareness, emotional nature. Pluto is death, depth, sex, regeneration, transformation. And when these two come together, we get a fusion between our emotions and the need for deep regeneration. People are going to be more able to tune into their deeper issues today, or even their compulsions that are normally better hidden. And there's also a very exceptional level of depth to our feelings that's available to us right now, as well as this kind of razor sharp insight into the motivation of other people. And if we can figure out how to address it healthily, then there might be a profound level of heating available with Pluto, but what you do with it is what you do with it. You could use this in a negative sense. Hell yeah. You could be using the moon and Pluto to manipulate like a motherfucker. Like I said, just whatever's going on, it's what you do with it. Okay. And in the end, we also got the moon square to Mars, but Mars and Mercury are in trine with each other. And what this says to me is, we need to be really careful with getting in our feelings and showing our ass right now. But if we are able to take a step back and, see what's going on, and we still believe, because Sagittarius is beliefs, that we need to act, then we need to go ahead and check that shit immediately. And that means to go ahead and check it and be done with it, because that's what Mars and Aries is really about. And so let's do that. But at the same time, we also have the sun in trine to Mars. So what that's saying to me is it's shining the light on the need to act. And if Mercury believes that's what needs to be done, then the moon in Capricorn will help you be emotionally disciplined in doing so. That's a cardinal square, if you don't understand what I'm saying. What I mean is we have the moon in Capricorn forming a cardinal square to Mars and Aries. But Mars and Aries and Mercury and Sagittarius are forming a fiery trine with each other. And the sun is also trine to Mars in Aries. And on top of that, I'm also realizing that Chiron is still in Aries. So that's adding even more dynamic to this. So if something's bothering you, and don't act out emotionally, but this is definitely time to think about it. And if you believe that you're being disrespected, check that shit immediately off the rip. Hey man, this been some priceless knowledge yourself. I appreciate all the love and support. I'm gonna hit y'all in a little bit with a little something about those people that have Venus and Aquarius in their natal chart. And look, man, no matter what we got going on cosmically, you ain't gotta use that shit to manifest. Manifest something positive. Just because you built like that don't mean you have to build like that. I don't care what the fuck we got going on in transit or how it's aspecting your natal chart. What you do with it is what you do with it at the end of the day. Hey, if you're interested in astrological readings whatsoever, please either hit me up in the comments below or email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. And other than that, hey, please like, share, and subscribe. And even if you ain't fucking with me, hit that like button anyway so I can get out there to somebody else that does. I appreciate y'all, man. At the end of the day, all I want to do is help motherfuckers that have had the same struggles as me. Help me do that. I love everybody, man. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Get out my jammies.